does that make sense to people, what I'm saying? That in the second part of life we have this a new opportunity to create and to birth something. Okay, I'm seeing a few nods, that's helpful. And I I went to bed feeling a bit heavy and was making that wrong, and then thought, yes, no, but, and all feelings are welcome here. All parts of myself, all parts of Karen, all parts of all of us. And so I literally rested in my bed and went into a space of, I don't know, prayer, I would call it. Being in my body and being with the possibility that this time together is. And I think I got to the same place as you. It's like, oh, yes, faith and trust, adventure, and see what unfolds. Like, so I feel quite light and free, actually. Yay, Jen, hello.
Can I press pause for half a minute and go get my drink? I don't want to miss anything. I'll be as quick as I can.
So please wait for me. Hello, Miss Jen. So good to see you. Well, some of you anyway. We've got mostly just this bright light behind you.
No, I'm trying to work out the best lighting.
Can you turn and face the light?
Easy now. Yeah, maybe this. Still a little bit dark.
You need to move the furniture, love. That's all.
It's the window seat. My favorite.
Okay, I'll live. You sit in your favourite seat and be comfortable, and I can deal, as my daughter would say.
Hey, no.
Not my preference, but hearing that it's your favourite seat, I can give up my attachment to seeing your face clearly.
That's my window of wonder.
See? Yeah. I'm connected to what it means to you.
Yeah.
I'm hot. I'm trying to get my jacket off. Mom. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably enough for me. I will hand to Viola.
Not quite here yet. Who is?
Well, you can pass to someone else. It's a request,
Cheryl.
not a demand.
Okay. Hi. I just, with what Shez was saying, I was just thinking it's really all about the creative well, and when we're young, it's the womb and it's the birth, and it's the birth of ourselves, really, as we come into ourselves. That as we get older and we go through menopause, we become the keepers of that well. We're the holders and the nurturers, and in that space we create something new. So that's where I come from with that. Yeah. Look, I had a really nice sleep. One of the suggestions with that heart breath thing I did yesterday was to do it as you go to sleep. And my normal practice is to do gratitude in the evening anyway, but I shifted where I was breathing from, and I just woke up feeling so joyful. It was just lovely. So yeah, because I've done that lots, but I've never thought of doing it as I'm going to sleep. It really shifted something. So that was really nice, and I thought I'd share that.
I did too.
Yeah.
so maybe that, it contributed to my lightness this morning.
I think so. Okay, thank you. That's me. I'm going to hand on to Barbara.
Good morning. It's fun that we're talking about menopause and, you know, what that opens up and sort of this shift from family raising to other creative pursuits. I totally feel like I'm in that zone. And, and I've just come off a phone call, well, a Zoom. So on Saturday mornings, I get together with some yoga friends and we practice together, and then we have breakfast together. And one of the women announced that she was pregnant in the group. So it's this beautiful, you know, sort of feels really right to bring that into this group as well. Yeah, I'll pass on to Jeanette.
I've just been out in the garden for the last hour and a half, and we have two big trees, we have loads of birds. The sun was shining, there was such a good vibe, and I was putting together my session, and there was so many ideas and so many symbols coming together for me around this group. And I really get this sense of it. I was trying to think of something besides cauldron, but that's what came to mind, and this brewing of different ideas, different perspectives, this dimension of thinking and people coming from different stances and what way they see the world, and coming together and creating something and having this. And what came to mind was Wise Women Wonderland. And I feel like there's a real energy and excitement in the air, and I'm really looking forward to coming together and just connecting again and bringing everything that I've learned, and also seeing what everyone else thinks, and just creating more from there, and bringing it all together. And there's lots of bubbling going on for me with what I've come today, with what I want to share, but that's where I'm going to leave it now. Yeah, thank you. And I'll pass to Kat. Actually, maybe because you just came in, you probably want to get yourself landed. So maybe I'll pass to Karen.
Thanks, Jeanette. I love the Wise Women Wonderland that has landed with me, like, woohoo, that's gorgeous. And I'm looking forward to hearing what's alive in you about what you've learned. And so I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you for bringing that as an offering. And I'm feeling the joy of being together. I'm really appreciating the sunshine too this morning, and the sort of gentleness. I've lit a candle for us. Yeah, there's just openness and a willingness to just hold what's here today. There's really our presence. And I'm grateful for last night. I went to bed feeling a little bit like, oh, that was so challenging and difficult, and I feel like I stepped into the unknown and fell over, and like just had all of this jackally, judgmenty. But like this morning's Mental Health Awareness Day, and like if we can't let ourselves go to our edge occasionally and be in the truth of our humility of like, there's days that it's just harder, you know, it's just harder to put one foot in front of the other, and that's part of our humanness too. If we can't honor that and welcome that and go to bed with all parts of me are welcome, then, you know, we don't get to show up as our integrated self because we're not holding the edges of ourselves. So there's something really great. I'm really grateful for the continuing coming together of this group and this sort of willingness to be in the emergence of
of ourselves, of, you know, what's possible for us as when we get together. So yeah, feeling joy and delight and relief. And I'll pass to Samantha.
Hi everyone. I had a lovely dream last night. It was all about adventure in going in a boat. There was a bit of stress involved as well, but I woke up with the word adventure, so it must have gone into my psyche somehow last night. And then I went for a walk in the bush, and it was just absolutely magical and misty, and there was just water and droplets everywhere, and almost nobody. Oh, I didn't see anyone in the bush actually, and then I came across a dragonfly, drew my attention. I love, I mean, everybody loves dragonflies, I'm sure. But this, I sensed there was it was too still, and, you know, normally they flit around, and it had obviously died. It had landed on its last, it had had its last adventure, and there it was perched on the branch, and its wings were still glistening in the early morning sunlight with tiny drops of water. And yeah, I felt very moved. I think dragonflies sort of represent magic and mystery, and it was like the death of a lot of dreams. To me, that's what it represented, and mourning that. And I also enjoy that, you know, menopause, we've spoken about menopause, and yeah, I think it's been a mourning as well as lots of celebration, but yeah, mourning, dreams unfulfilled, and so yeah, I'm feeling a bit vulnerable, or a bit, yeah, a bit emotional. And I'll pass back to Viola. Are you ready, Viola?
Thank you, Samantha. Yeah, I'm just holding that vulnerability, the tenderness, that sense of mourning and loss. Yeah. And thank you for bringing that to us. It's a beautiful space to acknowledge what you're feeling. So I woke up feeling heavy, and the things that are enlivening me is hearing about, hearing a willingness to acknowledge that there is loss when we come to this stage of life, when I come to this stage past menopause. And I'm also hearing incredible joy and energy and a willingness to move into creativity. That word creativity really draws me. And, you know, that sense of fun under the word wonderland. So, you know, I'm more aware, actually, Samantha, of the magic that you hold precious in the dragonfly than the loss. And it's just nice to be in a place where all parts are welcome. So, Kat, if you are willing, I'll pass to you.
Yeah, hi. Sorry, I'm dropped in a bit late. I loved hearing coming in on the words Wise Women Wonderland. That really, I agree. That sense of fun came through in a really kind of beautiful way, and the Samantha's celebration of nature really resonated. And I was out, the reason I was a bit late is because we've got the chicken, and she's a bit of a metaphor actually, because she's a first-time mother and she's sitting on 7 eggs, all by other chickens. She's never done it before. She hopped off the nest today because her legs were sore, and we were really worried about the chickens hatching, and I don't think they'll all hatch as well. Actually, I think she's possibly got one because it was the first time she had too many eggs. And I thought, what a big responsibility for her. And I was thinking of you, Karen, in that sense of, you know, having doing this for the first time, and having the eggs, I think, are a metaphorical symbol to me of new life and hope and, you know, joy. And not all those eggs will hatch. And a lot of the hens will be looking around and going, you know, like, I can see why you want to create a safe space for people to, for their dreams to grow. And I am aware at this moment that this is an incredible time for manifestation. Like, you can quite literally at the moment have a thought and the next day it's happening. It's a very bizarre time. So I think it's really, I feel that this is a real gift today to be able to kind of, just kind of think really big and, you know, dream and have fun with that. And know that something will definitely come out of it. Like, it's not possible that something won't happen from today because of the current quite strong energies for kind of bringing things to fruition. It's really, it's there. So thank you.
Wow. I love hearing those words, Kat. And I have a sense of the beautiful analogy of the egg basket. And like, we can keep it warm and we can do our best. And sometimes our legs will be sore. So, so there's just times when we just can't keep everything, like a juggler, we can't keep everything in the air at one time. It's just, it's not the nature of things. And I'm really grateful that we have, reflections of our humanity here in the room, like the joy and the sadness and the lightness and the heaviness and the sort of readiness to create and the not so ready, and this holding together of sort of like this circle that's holding each other and accepting each other, and from this something, I agree, Kat, will manifest just from the beauty of the energy that's accepting and holding. And that's the state of incubation, or even just the celebration of life that's in the circle here. So thank you for bringing your beautiful selves. It's 10:25, and for me that sort of says let's move to a time where we start to identify what we might like to work on in today's circles. I had created a capture board for ideas, and so with open space, the idea is that we put up the different offerings that we might have, and then we come back together and sort of sort out where we want to put those, and then we'll check in each time before we go to the next session. Is there more? You know, how do we want to decide? So we'll keep it a little fluid. So, but what I'm guessing is that if we perhaps do a breakout now into two small groups and just check in with each other, is what's alive to be offering? Is there anything to be offering that you'd like to bring this morning? And we'll do the same again for this afternoon, so that we have a sense that if there's nothing alive to offer this morning, there may be something this afternoon, and we can come back and revisit that then. So how is that for you guys? Is there a sense of yes about doing a little breakout and just hearing from each other what's alive to share? All right, let's do that first. And let's say 10 minutes. So coming back about 10:38, something like that. I'll hit the come back in 10 minutes. And let's just hear each other's voices and see what's alive. Thanks.